Hello everyone, and welcome to the new series of Parcham IAS. And today's session is about the Hindu newspaper on 31st January 2025. Okay, so now let's start our first topic in our news. Okay, so first topic is EU tracks bird flu virus variants over rising threats to humans. Okay, so now two European regulators said they were tracking variants of the bird flu virus due to the threat of the pathogen adopting a spread between human and triggering future pandemic. The European Center of Disease Prevention and Control, okay, ECDC, European Center for Disease Prevention and Control, the European Food Safety Authority also issued recommendation drawing on genetic analysis and human cases as studies or to outline current risk from the virus. And European Center for Disease Prevention and Control said its expert identified 34 genetic mutations that might increase the potential of avian influenza viruses spreading to humans. Okay, so period keep 20% of South Asian females from their daily activities. Okay, so nearly 20% of women and girls in South Asian abstain from regular daily activities during period. And according to a study published in the Lancet Global Health Journal, researchers, including those from the University of Melbourne, Australia, okay, found that girls aged 15 to 19 years are the most affected. They suggested that missing daily activities during menstruation and interfere with a woman's quality of life and contribute to gender inequalities. The researchers also found that using contraceptives, especially hormonal methods, and reducing absence during menstruation for women of all ages, suggesting that symptoms such as heavy bleeding or pain could be keeping women away from pursuing daily activities. And the findings provide new evidence of informed future menstrual health research and public health intervention, the author said. Okay, now whether linked to heightened risk of salmonella outbreaks. Okay, according to new research from the University of Surrey, climate change has an impact on salmonella spread. Salmonella is a type of bacteria that can cause food poisoning. Okay, and salmonella can cause diarrhea, fever, stomach cramps, and it is most prominent in areas with poor sanitization and hygiene. Okay, in the study published in the Journal of Infection, researchers found a warmer temperature above 10 degrees Celsius, relative humidity, dew point temperature between 7 to 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the longer day over 12 to 15 hours were identified as key weather factor associated with an increase in salmonella cases, irrespective of geographical location. Dr. Laura Gonzalez Villeta, the first author to the study and researcher at the University of Surrey, said the study highlights how weather play a significant role in salmonella outbreaks and provides a valuable tool for predicting future risk and tailoring intervention, particularly in the context of climate change. Okay, so now bird flu poses an increased pandemic. Okay, threat as it becomes more adapting, jumping to humans, pets, and zoo animals. Europe's disease and food agencies warned on Wednesdays. So they are urging countries to set up their surveillance and containment measures to prevent the virus from continuing to evolve and become more dangerous to people. In 2024, in 2024, avian influenza viruses expanded their reach, infecting previously unaffected species. Our work identifies key mutations linked to a potential spread to humans, requiring rapid detection and responses. Bernhard Earl, acting executive director at the European Food Safety Authority (EFSA), said in a press release. So, avian flu has been recorded at high level among wild birds and farmed species such as chickens in recent years. And the virus has also jumped to other species during this time, including seals and notably in the United States, dairy cattle. Okay, and but to date, cases among humans have been low. The UK reported its first case of this winter on Monday, while there have been 67 cases in the United States and one death. Okay, the risk of infection for the general European population remain low and low to moderate for people routinely exposed to potentially infected animals. Now, but the situation would change if there was any confirmed human to human transmissions. Okay, said Ide Radok Koljani, head of respiratory viruses at the European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control (ECDC). And this risk is increasing. The ECDC, European Center for Disease Prevention and Control, and EFSA have identified 34 key genetic mutations that makes the virus more likely to jump from animals to human, but also to replicate to allow human to human transmission. The fact that the virus now contains all these characteristics is a sporadic event. Okay, Alessandro Broglia, senior scientific officer at EFSA, told Politico. Okay, Alessandro Broglia, senior scientific officer at EFSA, told Politico, out of 27,000 virus sequences assumed, 144 contained the characteristics needed to jump and spread among people. Those were mainly isolated in Asia and Africa and never in Europe. Okay, Broglia added. So, however, viruses that had acquired characteristics for spillover to human were not only the highly pathogenic viruses but also low pathogenic viruses that do not cause a very serious disease but can circulate in the population and slowly can acquire these mutations, Broglia explained. Okay, this makes surveillance on low pathogenic viruses a cornerstone. Okay, a cornerstone to spot these mutations and characteristics that can lead to human adaptation, he said. Test adaptation of avian influenza viruses to mammals can people through genetic mutations and also through the mixing of genetic material between viruses, and the interaction between wildlife, poultry, livestock and people is a driver for spillover. Okay, and are we creating the condition for this happening? So, what kind of poultry breeding system are we implementing? Why so many outbreak in poultry farm in certain areas, and why so many jumps in mammal species? Bruglia asked, urging countries to think about human activities facilitate the spread of such viruses. There were close to 100 humans infections last year, and said Koljani at the ECDC. Those often happen to occupational settings where humans are exposed to sick animals. Colzani told Politico it would be good practice to test people when animal outbreaks occur, even if a person exposed to sick animal does not show any symptoms, to detect if there is any silent transmission, okay, and to avoid an extremely rare cause of human influenza mixing with avian influenza. Colzani recommends vaccinating occupational animal workers against human seasonal flu to help reduce this risk. Now, avian influenza is circulating globally, and while there is data from North America, Japan, and South Korea, it's missing in vast swathes of the world due to limited laboratory capability. In the rest of Asia or the flu African continent, we know little of any, if anything, and this is the problem. Broglia said, "We have no clue what is happening there." He stressed the need for capacity building in these areas outside of the EU. Okay. Additionally, he called for harmonizing genetic information in associated metadata, and which is crucial for prevention and preparedness, Broglia said. Now, next topic is Lunar New Year. Okay, so in 2025, Lunar New Year of the Snake in Bangkok. Okay, people pray at a shrine. People pray at a shrine on the first day of the Lunar New Year of the Snake in Bangkok. Hundreds of millions of people across Asia celebrate the Lunar New Year with their families on January 29, as they bid farewell to the year of the dragon and usher in the year of the snake. Okay, so Lunar New Year is celebration of the arrival in spring and the beginning of a new year on the lunisolar calendar. Okay, it is the most important holiday in China, and it is also widely celebrated in South Korea, Vietnam, and other countries with a significant overseas Chinese population. And while the official dates encompassing the holidays vary by culture, those celebrating consider the time of the year to reunite with immediate and extended family. So, Lunar New Year, commonly known as the Spring Festival in China, and Lunar New Year is a 15-day celebration marked by many tradition, like Chinese art, Chinese culture. Okay, and at home, families decorate windows with red paper cuttings and adorn doors with couplets expressing auspicious wishes for the new year, shopping for holidays and sundries in open air markets, and cleaning the house are also beloved traditions. The Lunar New Year's Eve reunion dinner is a highlight that kicks off the holiday. Okay, in feast with a spread of symbolic dishes such as whole fish representing abundance and that bring good luck and fortune. The 15th and final day of the holiday is the Lantern Festival, during which people have tangyun or sweet glutinous rice balls, and children carry lanterns around the neighborhood at night to mark the end of the celebration. And in the Chinese zodiac, 2025 is the year of the snake. Okay, remember that Lunar New Year in the China, Lunar New Year in the 2025 is the year of the snake. Okay, different regions across Asia celebrate Lunar New Year in many ways, and many follows a different zodiac. We also acknowledge that many Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders do not observe the lunar zodiac. So, celebrated Lunar New Year at NMAA January to February 2025. Okay, it's a time period in 15 days. Okay, celebrate Lunar New Year with lion dances, crafts, food, webinars, museum tours, and more. Okay, this year we are hosting an yearly evening market at the Smithsonian Arts Plus Industries building on February 1st. So, virtual tour. Lunar New Year. Leap into the year of the snake in 2025 with a virtual tour of our collections. And on the tour, visitors will explore popular legends, learn to identify auspicious messages, and uncover the symbolism of animals, plants, and colors associated with Lunar New Year. Now, Chinese music for Lunar New Year. Also called the Spring Festival, Lunar New Year in China marks the traditional start of the agriculture season. It's also a time to admire the hearty plum blossom, okay, which flowers so yearly that snow in sometimes is still on the ground. Enjoy this performance of music celebrating plum blossoms and lingering snow and the arrival of springtime. This compilation drew from concerts at the museum featuring Bing Zia on Zhang, okay, Yizu on Pipa and Queen, Miao Yimin on Xiao and Digi, and the Gang A Tusui Theatre, or recorded live at the National Museum of Asian Art. Next topic is RBI initiates insolvency process for Aviom Indian. Okay, so the Reserve Bank of India, I mean RBI, said it has filed an application with the National Company Law Tribunal NCLT New Delhi bench for initiations of corporate insolvency resolution process against Aviom Indian Housing Finance PVT Limited. Okay, on Monday the RBI suppressed the company's board owing to governance concern and defaults in payment obligations. Okay, so on Monday the RBI had suppressed the firm's board sitting government and concern and payment defaults. Now, RBI files application for insolvency proceeding against Aviom Indian Housing Finance. So, on January 27, the RBI superseded the board of Aviom Indian Housing Finance owing to governance concern and defaults in meeting various payment obligations. Now, the Reserve Bank on Thursday, January 30, 2025, said it has filed an application with the National Company Law Tribunal, New Delhi bench, for initiation of corporate insolvency resolution process against Aviom Indian House Finance Private Limited. Okay, on Monday, the RBI superseded the board of Aviom Indian Housing Finance owing to governance concern and defaults in meeting various payment obligations. And the Reserve Bank has appointed Ram Kumar, ex-CGM of Punjab National Bank, as the administrator of the New Delhi-based company. Okay, and in a statement on Thursday, the central bank said an application for initiation of corporate insolvency resolution process (CIRP) against Aviom Indian Housing Finance Private Limited filed under the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Next one is, while superseding board of New Delhi based Aviom, the RBI said the action was taken basis recommendation of National Housing Bank, okay, NHB, National Housing Bank. In a separate statement, the RBI said it has constituted a 3-member advisory committee to assist the administrator in discharge of his duties. The members of the advisory committee are Paritosh Tripathi, ex-CGM, State Bank of India, and Rajneesh Sharma, ex-CGM, Bank of Baroda, and Sanjay Gupta, ex-MD and CEO, PNB Housing Finance. Okay. The insolvency and bankruptcy, insolvency and liquidation proceedings of financial serving providers and application to adjudicating authority rules 2019 provides for the concerned financial sector regulator appointing a committee of advisor to advise the administrator in the operations of the financial serving providers during the corporate insolvency resolution process. So our class is completed, and now I hope these topics are clear. Okay, and आज की क्लास को यहीं तक रखते हैं, और अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट हो तो आप कमेंट में पूछ सकते हैं. एंड अगर आपको पीडीएफ चाहिए तो डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में टेलीग्राम का लिंक है, वहाँ पे जाकर ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं और टेलीग्राम पर आपको ये पीडीएफ मिल जाएगी सारी क्लासेस की. ओके, सो आज के लिए इतना ही रखते हैं. मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में. तब तक के लिए बाय. थैंक्स फॉर